am Dipanshi from BSc Chemistry Honours Final Year. Today I am making visually impaired video of fat, oils and waxes, soaps and detergent. Fat, oils and waxes belong to the group of naturally occurring compounds called lipids. Lipids are those constituents of animals and plants which are soluble in organic solvents such as ether, chloroform, carbon tetrachloride, benzene, hexane, etc. but insoluble in water. The lipids which yield fatty acids and alcohols on hydrolysis with aqueous base saponified are referred to as simple lipids. These can be further divided into two classes: fats and oils which yield long chain fatty acids and glycerol upon hydrolysis, and waxes which yield long chain fatty acid and long chain alcohol upon hydrolysis. We will first proceed to study the former class of compound, fats and oils. Fats and oils are the most important lipids found in nature. They are one of the three major food factors needed for human body, the other two being proteins and carbohydrates. Fats and oils are widely distributed in foods and are of great nutritional value. They provide concentrated reserve of energy in animal body for maintaining optimum body temperature. 1 gram of metabolized fat or oil yields 9 kcal, while the corresponding values for carbohydrate and protein are 4 kcal and 5.5 kcal respectively. Not only the edible fats and oils occupy a place of pride in human diet, but they also find use as raw material for the manufacture of soaps and synthetic detergents, paints and varnishes, polishes, glycerol, lubricants, drying oils, cosmetics, printing inks, linoleum, oilcloth and pharmaceuticals. At present time, the human race uses an estimated 40 million tons a year of fats and oils, which reflects both their nutritional and industrial importance. Natural resource. Fats and oils come from a variety of sources: animals, plants, and marine organisms. Animal fats are located particularly adipose tissue cells. They are distended with oil droplets at body temperature but solidify after death. Thus, we have to allow from cattle, sheep, and goats, and lard from hogs. In human body, about 12% of its total weight is fat. At least half of it forms a protective heat insulating subcutaneous layer, while rest of it is to be found in the intermuscular connecting tissue, bones, and around nervous tissue, kidneys, heart, and other organs. Butter and ghee are a special type of animal fat because they are made from milk. Vegetable oils. They are chiefly present in seed and nuts of plant. They are stored in seeds to serve as nourishment for germination of embryo. There are quite stored in seeds to serve as nourishment for the germination of embryo. There are quite a few seeds and nuts which are rich in fat content. The soybean, groundnut, coconut and palm kernel, rape or mustard, sesame seed and nigger are all important sources of edible oils. Cottonseed, linseed, castor seed and mora give non-edible oils in various industries. Marine oils. These are obtained from water animals: sardines, herrings, salmons, whales, dolphins, seals and porpoises. In India, animal fats are not used as food because a large section of population is vegetarian. The traditional place of honor goes to ghee and butter despite their having animal source, and vegetable oils, particularly groundnut oil, coconut oil, rape or mustard oil, coconut seed oil, sesame oil. Extraction, rendering. Animal fats are recovered from the selected animal material by wet rendering or dry rendering. Wet rendering. The selected chopped material is charged into a cylinder with a conical base. Steam is then blown through the cylinder for several hours, the pressure being kept constant at about 5 kg per centimeter square by releasing steam occasionally. After allowing settlement to take place, the floating fat is drawn off, leaving the water and exhausting animal matter behind. This process is widely used for extraction of edible fats such as lard. The fish oils from blubber or liver are obtained by heating the chopped off stuff in a giant pressure cooker or steam boiler and running off the floating oil layer. Dry rendering. This process is carried out in large steam heated tanks. During heating, the chopped animal tissue is churned by metal blades. The fat cells are ruptured and the molten fats obtained is drained off from the bottom of the tanks. Although dry rendering is cheaper than wet rendering, the product is somewhat inferior, and this process is restricted to the extraction of non-edible fats. Pressing and solvent extraction. In India, most important source of edible oils are seeds such as mustard, groundnut, cottonseed, sesame, niger, and sunflower, which has been recently introduced under experimental conditions. The extraction from seeds is done by a variety of methods, right from the village khani to the more sophisticated expeller and the modern solvent extraction plant. Pressing by expeller. The oil-bearing material is screened and crushed by passing between steel rollers. In order to get the maximum yield, the meal or crushed material is then cooked at 70 to 100 degrees Celsius in steam-jacketed vessels to rupture the oil cells. The cooked completely replaces the hydraulic press. The expeller consists of a perforated cylindrical subjected to increasing pressure by revolving screw. While the oil expelled from the seeds flows out of the holes in the expeller tube, the pressed oil cake is ejected from the other end of the tube. The exhausted oil cake still contains oil, which the modern expeller can reduce to about 4%. Most of the exhausted cake is used for the cattle feed or subjected to solvent extraction for the recovery of more oil. Solvent extraction. The screened seed is pressed into flakes by passing through rollers. The roller seed is carried along the moving belt of fine wire mesh beneath a succession of solvent sprays. The oil-bearing solvent petroleum ether is passed from spray to spray in the opposite direction to the moving belt, countercurrent principle. In this way, fresh solvent washes the almost extracted cake at the end of belt. The final solvent spray washing the flaked seed at the inlet is heavily loaded with oil. It is then sent to the distillation plant stripper when the solvent is recovered and the crushed vegetable oil is sent to the refining unit. The exhausted oil cake obtained at the end of the process contains only 0.5 to 1% of the oil and is used as cattle feed or organic manure. Refining of crude fats and oils. The crude fats and oils produced by the above techniques contain impurities which, if not removed, would give the product undesirable appearance, taste, or odor. These include suspended or colloidal matter, free fatty acid, colored and odoriferous substance. In the case of high quality fats such as lard, all that is required is filtration to remove suspended matter after coagulation by steam. The vegetable oil need to be given the following treatment for removal of various impurities. Filtration. The suspended or colloidal matter is removed by filtration after coagulation with open steam after adding a coagulant such as citric acid. Neutralization. Alkali refining. The free fatty acids are removed as soaps by treatment with sodium hydroxide. The oil and alkali are agitated at about 90 degrees until the fatty acids have been saponified. After standing, the soap settles down, carrying down suspended and colored matter. The soapy layer is run off and the purified oil washed with water and dried by heating in vacuum. Treatment with fuller's earth. Remaining traces of color and odor are removed by treating the oil about 1% of fuller's earth and filtration. Alternatively, the oil is heated under vacuum for several hours using superheated steam. Palm oil and certain other vegetable oils can be deodorized and bleached in this way. Structure and composition of fats and oils. Animal and vegetables fats and oils have similar chemical structure. They have triester formed from glycerol and long chain carboxylic acid, often called fatty acid. Glycerol plus fatty acid, a fat or oil, or a triglyceride plus 3 molecules of water. A triester of glycerol is called a triglyceride or glyceride. If all the R groups in the above general formula are identical, the triester is designated as a simple glyceride, and if they are not, a mixed glyceride. Most natural fats and oils are mixed triglycerides having 2 or 3 different fatty acid groups. They are carboxylic acid or fatty acid that go from the fat or oil molecules. Glycerides have carbon chains with only even number of carbon atoms. The most common fatty acid have unbranched carbon chains of 14, 16 or 18 carbon. The chain may be saturated or may include one or more double bond. The glycerides are referred to as saturated or unsaturated depending on whether the fatty acid component chains are saturated or contain double bond. Saturated caproic acid, this is structure and melting point is -2 degrees Celsius. Caprylic acid, then structure, then melting point 17 degree. Capric acid, structure, melting point 31 degree. Lauric acid, structure and melting point 44 degree. Myristic acid structure and melting point 54 degree. Palmitic acid 63 degree and stearic acid 70 degree. Now unsaturated oleic acid cis 9 octadecanoic acid 16 degree. Linoleic acid cis 9 12 octadecadionic acid minus 5 degree. The most common saturated fatty acids are found in fats and oils are myristic acid C12H27COOH, palmitic acid C15H31COOH, and stearic acid C17H35COOH. Amongst the unsaturated fatty acid, oleic acid C17H33COOH and linoleic acid C17H31COOH are widely distributed in almost all fats and oils. Oleic acid chain contains one double bond and linoleic acid chain two double bond. We also know that the presence of a double bond in a fatty acid can cause cis trans isomerism depending on the configuration of the H atoms attached to the doubly bonded carbon atom. Thus oleic acid is the cis isomer while its trans isomer is allylic acid. Linoleic acid has two double bonds and both possess cis configuration. Generally speaking, the cis isomers are found naturally occurring in the unsaturated fatty acid components of fats and oils. The structure and melting point of some common fatty acids are given. Composition of fat and oil. As already mentioned, fats and oils are invariably composed of a number of mixed glyceride. Glycerol myrstopalmitostearate, glycerol palmitoleate mixed glyceride. In the mixed glyceride present in the fats and oils, a single molecule of glyceride may contain two or three different fatty acids linked by ester bond to the glycerol. While it is difficult to know exactly as to which triglyceride are present in a particular fat or oil, the overall percentage composition of fatty acids which make up the fat or oil can be determined by analysis. Oils: olive oil, palmitic acid 6 to 10, stearic acid 1 to 4, oleic acid 83 to 84, and linoleic acid 4 to 7. Peanut oil, palmitic acid 6 to 9, stearic 2 to 5, oleic 50 to 60, and linoleic 20 to 30. Groundnut oil, palmitic 6 to 14, stearic 2 to 7, oleic 46 to 72, linoleic 13 to 38. Cottonseed oil, myristic acid 1 to 2, palmitic 17 to 29, stearic 1 to 4, 13 to 44 and 33 to 58. Mustard oil 1 to 3 palmitic acid, 1 to 3 stearic acid, 8 to 40 oleic acid, 10 to 29 linoleic acid, and so on. Why are animal fat solid and vegetable oils liquid? It is the degree of unsaturation of the constituent fatty acids which determine whether a triglyceride will be a solid or a liquid. The glyceride in which long chain saturated acid components predominate tend to be solid or a liquid. The glycerides in which long chain saturated acid components predominate tend to be solid or semi-solid and are termed fats. On the other hand, oils are glycerol esters which contain higher proportion of unsaturated fatty acid component. The difference of melting point or consistency is distinctively demonstrated by taking example of glycerol oleate and glycerol tristearate. The former compound contains 3 unsaturated acid components and is an oil liquid, while the latter compound is made of only saturated acid components and is a fat. Glycerol trioleate, tryptophan, glycerol tristearate. The melting points of mixed glycerides which depend on the extent of unsaturated fatty acid components in the molecule. When two fatty acid components are unsaturated, the glyceride would tend to be an oil, while if two or all the acid components are saturated, the triglyceride would tend to be a fat. Figure 27 is suggestive as to why the glyceride with mostly saturated acid present in their structure are solids, while unsaturated triglycerides are oil. A regular sawtooth arrangement of hydrocarbon chains of saturated glycerides permit tight packing of the molecules, and this results in a pseudo-crystalline solid substance fat. However, the presence of a cis double bond in the chain of the unsaturated fatty acid component causes a big bend at that point and leading to the less dense packing of the glyceride molecule. Thus, unsaturated glyceride have low melting point and tend to be liquid. If there are two double bonds in the chain have low melting point and tend to be liquid of the acid part of a glyceride. There result two bands giving rise to a much more random conformation. Hence, regular packing of molecules of such a glyceride is rendered unlikely. The polyunsaturated glyceride therefore have very low melting points and are liquids. The term fats and oils are more or less conventional and are nowadays used in a general fashion. Chemically common oils and fats are assortment of saturated and unsaturated triglyceride present in the varying ratio. The apparent distinguishing differences between the two classes of compounds is their physical state. At ordinary temperature, fats and solid or semi-solid glyceride, while oils are liquid, but a given sample of glyceride, say ghee, may be a fat in winter and oil in summer. In fact, it would be more advisable to use the term fat for both these classes of substance. Physical properties. Oils and fats may be either liquids or non-crystallized solids at room temperature. When pure, they are colorless, odorless, and tasteless. The characteristic colors, odors, and flavors are associated with natural oils, and fats are imparted to them by foreign substances. For example, the yellow color of the butter is due to the presence of pigment carotene, and the taste of butter is due to the following two compounds which are produced by bacteria in the ripening of cream. They are lighter than and insoluble in water, therefore form the upper layer when mixed with it. They are readily soluble in organic solvent like diethyl ether acetone, alkane, benzene, and chloroform, and carbon tetrachloride and carbon disulfide. They readily form emulsions when agitated with water in the presence of soap, gelatin, or other emulsifier. They are poor conductor of heat and electricity and therefore serve as excellent insulator for the animal body. Chemical properties. The reactions of oils and fats are the reaction of triglycerides or triesters of glycerol. Thus, they can undergo hydrolysis at all the three ester groups. Also, we know that the chains of the acid components of glyceride may contain one or more double bonds. Therefore, the unsaturated glyceride give the addition and oxidation reaction characteristic of alkenes at the seats of these double bonds. Hydrolysis. Triglycerides are easily hydrolyzed by the enzyme lipases in the digestive tract of a human being and animal to give fatty acid and glycerol. The fatty acids so produced play an important role in metabolic process in the animal body. Triglyceride plus 3H2O gives glycerol and fatty acid. A mixed glyceride plus 3 molecules of water gives mixture of fatty acid. Saponification. When triglycerides are hydrolyzed or saponified by alkalis, glycerol plus the salts of fatty acids are produced. Generally, the sodium or potassium salts are obtained, which are termed soaps. We will discuss the production of soaps and how they exert detergent action later in this chapter. Hydrogenation or hardening of oil. Unsaturated glycerides react with the hydrogen in the presence of a metal catalyst, usually nickel, to give saturated glyceride. This reaction is similar to the catalytic hydrogenation of alkenes. Here, the hydrogenation process saturates the double bond present in the fatty acid components of the glyceride, thereby converting them to saturated acid component. The result in the transformation of a liquid glyceride and oil into a semi-solid glyceride, a fat. For example, glycerol trioleate melting point 5 degree upon hydrogenation yields glycerol tristearate melting point 71 degrees Celsius. The process of hydrogenation, which results in the hardening of an oil owing to the formation of fat, is often referred to as hardening. The reaction which is used commercially to harden the vegetable oils for the production of cooking fat, vegetable ghee or margarine. Hardened oils are also extensively used for making soaps and candles. Glycerol trioleate and oil. Reduction in presence of H2 in presence of nickel. Glycerol tristearate of fat. Hydrogenolysis, reduction to alcohols. Upon treatment with hydrogen at high pressure and temperature in the presence of copper chromite as a catalyst, glycerides are split up like esters. The products are glycerol and the reduction products of fatty acid along chain alcohol. Thus, glycerol tristearate form glycerol and octadecyl alcohol. Glycerol tristearate plus H2 CuCr2O4 glycerol plus an octadecanol. This reaction, which causes the cleavage of the fat by hydrogenation to yield glycerol and a higher aliphatic alcohol is termed hydrogenolysis. The long chain alcohols produced by the hydrogenolysis of glyceride are used in the manufacture of synthetic detergent. Addition of halogens, halogenation. Just as simple alkenes react with halogens by addition at the double bond, unsaturated glycerides and halogens to give the corresponding dihalides. Thus, unsaturated glycerides on treatment with iodine in the presence of mercury chloride as catalyst give diiodides by addition at the double bonds in the acid component chains. For example, glyceryl trioleate and unsaturated glyceride. Evidently, the amount of iodine consumed by glyceride will be proportional to the number of double bonds in the fatty acid component. This reaction is therefore used to determine the extent of unsaturation of a given fat or oil. Drying of oils, oxidation, polymerization. The methylene groups flanked by the doubly bonded carbon atom present in highly unsaturated glyceride are very reactive. Linseed oil, the most widely used drying oil, contains about 63% of its fatty acid as linoleates. The CH3 group present in the linoleic acid component of the unsaturated glyceride is readily attacked by the oxygen of the air to form hydroperoxy group OOH at these sites. These hydroperoxy groups then react with unchanged CH2 groups in other glyceride molecules to form peroxide bridge. The hydroperoxide formation, accompanied by polymerization as illustrated below, converts polyunsaturated glycerides into a vast network of interlinked units. Such a network forms a dry, tough, and durable film when exposed to air. Linoleate fragment, active methylene group, oxygen from air gives hydroperoxide, now polymerization, close linked unit in a polymerized drying oil. For this reason, drying oils are used as a medium of paints and varnishes. In order to make oils faster drying, catalysts, lead and cobalt salts are added. Other ingredients of paints are pigments and volatile thinners such as turpentine. Oilcloth is made by coating woven canvas with several layers of a linseed oil plant. To make linoleum, rosin and ground cork are mixed with thickened linseed oil and the mixture is allowed to harden. Rancidity, hydrolysis, oxidation. The term rancid is applied to any fat or oil that develops a disagreeable odor when left exposed to warm, moist air for any length of time. Rancidity is chiefly caused by hydrolysis of the ester links and oxidation of double bonds of the triglycerides. The lower molecular weight acids that are produced are volatile and impart an offensive odor to fat or oil. Hydrolytic rancidity. This type of rancidity is due to the liberation of lower fatty acid by hydrolysis of ester links of triglycerides. Hydrolytic rancidity is particularly applicable to butter. Under moist and warm conditions, hydrolysis of the glycerides in butter liberates the odorous butyric acid, caproic acid, caprylic acid, and capric acid. The composition of the fatty acids and iodine value of vanaspati and the original groundnut oil is illustrative. Iodine value of groundnut oil is 92, vanaspati 67 to 70, total saturated 20%, vanaspati 25%, oxalis nonene 55%, and vanaspati 35%. It may be noted that linoleic acid content has fallen markedly as also the entire cis nonene has been converted to transform. Thus, vanaspati as made by hydrogenation contains a large proportion of linoleic acid and converted to transnonene, which is biologically antagonistic to human system. There has been evidence in recent years that presence of large amount of saturated fats in the diet may lead to an increase in the level of cholesterol in the blood, while the high oil content of the diet tends to diminish cholesterol level in the blood. The excess of cholesterol in blood causes arteriosclerosis, hardening of the arteries, and consequent heart diseases, the most serious of which are coronary thrombosis and paralytic strokes. As a result of these findings, sunflower oil and other polyunsaturated oils are now increasingly used as cooking medium in preference to solid fats. For the same reason, the Government of India has made it mandatory since April 1972 to blend vanaspati with 2.5% sunflower, 7.5% sesame in order to raise the content of polyunsaturated acids, especially linoleic acid in the cis form. Vitamin A and D are also added to the vanaspati as these are not present in the original oil and are necessary for good health of the human body. Waxes. As we have already discussed, waxes are lipids which upon hydrolysis yield a long chain of fatty acids and a long chain monohydric alcohol. The waxes differ from fats in that they are not esters of glycerol, but rather they are the esters of long chain even numbered fatty acid with long chain even numbered monohydric primary alcohols. Each wax molecule therefore contains only a single ester group as against 3 in fats. The general formula of a wax is essentially a simple ester RCOR dash, where R and R dash have long chains of carbon atom. For example, beeswax is mostly myrical palmitate, an ester of palmitic acid with myrical palmate beeswax. In general, the acids and alcohols which make up waxes contain unbranched carbon chains having 12 to 36 carbon atoms. In fact, naturally occurring waxes are invariably mixtures of several esters. In addition, they frequently contain small quantities of free fatty acids, alcohols, and some long chain solid alkenes. They are widely distributed in nature and are found both in plant and animal matter, from which they are extracted by melting in boiling water and skimming the insoluble layer. Waxes are the solids having satiny waxy feel. They melt over the wide range of temperature 35 to 100 degree. They are insoluble in water but soluble in organic solvents and may be compounded into a number of useful everyday commodities. Such wax solutions are frequently used as protective coating because waxes are not as easily hydrolyzed as fats. The chemistry of waxes that resembles that of glycerides, fats, and when saponified with alkali, they yield soaps. For example, beeswax plus NaOH gives sodium palmitate soap, myricyl alcohol. But since the alcohol produced is insoluble in water, waxes cannot be used for the preparation of soap. We may point out here that the common household paraffin wax is not chemically wax at all. It is rather a mixture of straight chain alkanes. Plant waxes. They are found on the surfaces of leaves, stems, fruits of plants which grow in arid regions. They protect the plant from dehydration by providing a barrier to the evaporation of water. They also save the plant from invasion by harmful organisms. Carnauba wax. It is isolated from the leaves of Brazilian palm tree and contains several components including largely myrical cerotate. This ester upon hydrolysis produces myrical alcohol and cerotic acid. Carnauba wax melts between 80 to 87 degrees Celsius. It is hard and impervious to water and is therefore used particularly in automobile and floor polishes. It is also used as coating on carbon paper and mimeograph stencils. Animal waxes also serve as protective coating. They are found on the surfaces of hair, feathers, and skin and help to keep them soft and pliable. The majority of animal waxes are obtained from marine sources, especially from sperm and bottlenose whales. Beeswax and whole fat are commercially important. Beeswax, it is obtained from the honeycomb of bees. It is composed of ester, ceryl, mystine, and myrical palmitate. Among others, beeswax also contains about 20% of the straight chain alkenes, such as, and it melts 62 to 65 degrees Celsius, and it is used for the preparation of shoe polishes, candles, and paper coatings. Super acid. This wax is obtained by chilling the oil which comes from the head activity of the sperm whale. It consists mostly of the acetyl palmitate. Melts between 42 to 50 degrees Celsius. It is white, odorless, and tasteless, hence it is primarily used as a base for ointments and cosmetics. It is also used in the manufacture of candles. Soaps and detergents. The term detergent is rather a general one and is used to denote any cleansing agent. The broad definition includes soaps as well. However, according to the present day popular terminology, the word detergent generally refers to the synthetic detergent called Sendens. Composition of soap. As we already discussed, soaps are the sodium or potassium salts of higher fatty acids containing 12 to 18 carbon atoms. They are generally obtained by the hydrolysis of fats and oils with sodium hydroxide. The mixture of sodium salts of higher fatty acids produced are called sodium soaps. Sodium carboxylates are the common toilet soaps. Potassium carboxylates or potassium soaps are obtained when the saponification of a fat or oil is carried with potassium hydroxide. Potassium soaps are softer than sodium soaps and they are used for special purpose when rapid solution is desired in making shaving creams or liquid soaps, shampoo. The composition of sodium or potassium carboxylate constituting soap depend on the percentage of fatty acids bonded to glycerol in the original triglyceride. Solid fats give mixture with a higher proportion of sodium or potassium salts of higher fatty acid, palmitic acid, stearic acid, and give hard soap. The vegetable oil give mixture with greater proportion of unsaturated fatty acids and give soft soap. Soap manufacture in India. The main source of soap is coconut oil, which is available in abundance in southern states. Palm oil, groundnut oil, and cottonseed oil are also used. Therefore, in actual practice, mixture of the solid fats and oils are blended to produce a soap having properties best suited for particular use. Saponification of fats and with alkali solution, direct utilization of fatty acids. Saponification methods are most commonly used for the manufacture of soaps. Increasing amounts, however, are now produced by direct neutralization of by fatty acids. Saponification method. The saponification of fat with alkali solution may be done by boiling process, cold process, modern continuous process, boiling process. The manufacture of soap by older is carried out by step boiling. The saponification of fat is done by boiling the fat with sodium hydroxide. Soda lye is in a large cylindrical steel vessel known as soap pan or kettle. Soap pan is usually open at the top. The lower part of the pan is funnel shaped and contains a system of heating which can be either open or closed. Molten fat and spontaneous appropriate quantity of soda lye are simultaneously run into pan. Steam is then admitted through the porous steam coil to boil the mixture, which is thus kept in a good state of agitation all the time. Alkali is maintained in sufficient excess, more of the being added if necessary. Boiling is continued unless the greasy nature of the mix has almost disappeared. Thus, the fat saponified of the extent is about 80%. Fat plus soda lye gives glycerol plus soap. Salting out. This step involves the separation of soap and glycerol, a process known as salting out. Use is made of fact that soap is insoluble in concentrated salt solution, common in effect, while the glycerol is readily soluble. Solid salt or brine is added to the mixture of soap, glycerol, and excess lye resulting from the step, which is then boiled and allowed to settle. The soap is thrown out of a solution as a curd mass. The soap left in the pan is dissolved in water after boiling for a short time and salted out. Now finishing. The upper layer of the soap obtained from step 2 is called neat soap, while in still the warm neat soap is pumped away using a skimmer pipe, which can be done. Thank you.